What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? Okay. Anyway, how y'all doing? Listen, I'm feeling a little bit better. If you was on my other channel, I put a video up about some stuff that was going on, with my healing process or whatever, with this wound and all this stuff, whatever. Girl, a mess. So a little update on that, because I was having a little issue. I was a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? I was a little nervous because, when they say sometimes when you have a wound, sometimes it's a possibility that it can get infected. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have a fever. You can, if the area is a little bit too hot, too warm or whatever, or if it has a little smell, you're supposed to, get that checked out, because it could possibly be an infection. Now, listen, for me, it had a little smell, okay? And it was a smell that I had never smelled before, and I just thought that, I ain't got a fever. It ain't, nothing else going on. It was just that smell, whatever. Girl, I went to the doctor the other day, and he said, girl, it wasn't nothing but, even though he put me on antibiotics, which was for safe purposes, just in case, and I had got that since, I've been on it since Sunday. So that was fine, and I'm glad that he did, because I felt like you're supposed to put people on antibiotics when they get through having surgery anyway, for just in case purposes anyway. But, that's just me. That's how I think. I'm not a doctor. Who the hell am I? But, come to find out, girl, he said, and I'm sorry if this too much, it was just because it was healing, and it just had some dead skin around it, and that's what it was, because as soon as he took that out, that left. I said, oh... It's a girl. Don't bother me. Anyway, somebody texted me. I'm sorry. So that's just what it was, So, he woke the shit up. So I'm trying to get through with this as quick as I can, because honestly, I feel as though I should have called off yesterday, from going to work, because he had it numb so that he can clean it out or whatever, clean the deadness out. And I shouldn't have went to work yesterday, because it was kind of screaming a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I took some pain pills, but girl, I needed to elevate the thing. So I just called off of work today so that I cannot put pressure on it and all that stuff or whatever. And it's okay. It's okay. It's looking a hell of a lot better than it was. Girl, bitch, it was scaring me. But anyway, let's just get up into this video, okay? I hope everybody has had a way more eventful week than I had so far. Well, actually, my week has been good. All right, my girl came out with her album, and I've been bumping it nonstop. I don't, people have their opinions on it. And you're not going to change it, I personally love the album, okay? My opinion is that I love the album, and it's not just because I was thirsty for an album. It's just that I love the upbeatness of the album, and the fact that, we literally got to dance. Bitch, I don't know what Act 2 and Act 3 gonna be. Now, I'm hearing some things that it might be rock, it might be country, and depending on how that shit go, then maybe Ashley might be like, who knows, okay? But right here, right now, I am satisfied with what I get. The only thing is, bitch, what are videos? And since we talking about that, perfect segue. I'm so sorry, girl. I feel like I'm all over the place. Perfect freaking segue. Can we just get into it? Because Beyonce released this album on Friday, and the shit started way before Friday. It started like Thursday, or probably Wednesday night or Thursday morning or some shit like that, with Kelis, okay? First of all, the album Bleak, we already knew that. And then Kelis all of a sudden had an issue with the fact that, she was being sampled on one of the songs called Energy on the Renaissance album. Okay, now see, I'm finna be one of those people that ain't one-sided, that's fair. And y'all already know, I can see both sides. And I see both sides of the situation in this. I am just that type of person. I don't like to just side with one person when it comes to certain type of issues, okay? Because I can see the good and I can see the bad on both parts, all right? But at the same time, we have to just look at the facts of things, okay? And how things really work. So, at the end of the day, Kelis found out that she was sampled on Energy, okay? Because prior to that, a track listing came out, and I think it was from Beyonce people because it was in her font or whatever. Oh, excuse me. And it just showed all the people that, she was sampling on the album. And, it said Kelis. She was sampling Kelis' voice or something like that. Or that Kelis was the performer on one of the songs that she sampled from Kelis. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So Kelis found this out around the same time we found it out. And honestly, I can see being a little pissed off about that, but not too much, because I truly do believe that if Kelis owned the actual songs and the records that was actually, sampled on the album, Beyonce and her people would have reached out to Kelis personally, like she did everybody else. But given the fact that she does not own the shit, okay, and it's unfortunate how that whole situation went down. See, this is why I can't be completely pissed off at Kelis, because Kelis is in a messed up position that a lot of artists have been, especially from back in the day, okay, late 90s. Well, shit, bitch, we can even go back earlier than that. The way that they played freaking black artists, especially, and their publishing rights and their writing rights and their credits and all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying, their royalties, they really played games with them or whatever. And they used to have them, and they still do to this day, have them in messed up contract. You got what's his name, Fabio Foreign, talking about being signed to Mason, all of that whole shit that was going down. And it just sound like people been making these contracts to just screw people over and, making different type of loopholes so that the artists really don't make money. It's just the people that's around them that make money in the record company or whatever. And like Kelis said, Pharrell was putting, this is according to Kelis, okay, so don't come at me, for real people. Basically, the Neptunes and them was like putting their names on shit that she wrote and getting credit for stuff that she wrote. And I'm pretty sure that this is where it was coming from. And, of course, Kelis had to go out, address the situation publicly, and made a couple videos. And then, she had to mention Beyonce and, basically tried to say Beyonce, took from her in the past or whatever. And so at this point, when I'm looking at the videos, she was like, because a lot of people take from her. A lot of people sample her, all that stuff. But yeah, we don't hear it, the drama going on with her. But all of a sudden, when Beyonce come out with something and she hasn't been out with a full project in a long time, all of a sudden it's this big controversy. And I just don't understand why is it like that with certain artists, big artists especially. You know what I'm saying? And not just Beyonce, because other artists go through the same thing too. But it's like every time she come out with something, even if she try to give credit or, try to acknowledge, somebody has something to say. And it's just very much unfortunate. Like, this is a happy period, okay? Beyonce put out one of her most funnest albums outside of B-Day, okay? She put out one of her most funnest album, most light album, most dance-worthy album or whatever. And all of this controversy is being brought up. People are always saying, oh, I don't get credited for this. I don't get this. I don't get this. And then when you get an artist that's actually trying to credit people, it's still a problem because, oh, you didn't come to me personally or you didn't give me a phone call. That's what Kelis' issue is with Beyonce, okay? Because Beyonce did not reach out to her and say, hey, girl, just in case you didn't know, we're using your song. I know you don't own the shit. This is a courtesy call because I really didn't have to do this or whatever. But just to let you know, it is what it is. The Neptunes let me have it. And so that's what's going on. I just want you to know that so you won't be surprised. That's probably what she really wanted. Because at the end of the day, Kelis don't own the shit. So her legal team went through the right channels and to the people that actually own it who cleared the sample. Okay? So there's that. And I felt as though Kelis should have just made the whole argument, slightly said, yeah, I mean, it would have been cool if Beyonce would have, reached out to me or whatever. But other than that, fuck all that. Let's get on Pharrell and them, okay? And just strictly left it on Pharrell. Because at one point she was talking about Pharrell, but then it became more so about Beyonce. And I honestly feel like it ramped up on the Beyonce part. Now, don't get at me, Beehive, because, people was coming at her from the Beehive, okay? And other fandoms was coming at her because of it, because of Beyonce. And at the end of the day, I really did not like the way Kelis handled this. Honestly, I'm going to just say this. And it's not just because it's Beyonce. I just hate when people have issues. And I've always been this person. If you have an issue with somebody within any industry that you are in, okay? And it's business. I hate when they bring it to social media first and they don't try to contact the people. Okay, you don't have to. You don't try to have an actual one-on-one with the person. You don't call them up. You don't try to reach out to their people. And I feel as though if you exhausted all of those channels and those people still don't try to get in contact you, then go ahead and throw that shit to the internet and you know, do what you got to do, because then that's gonna make them listen. You know what I'm saying? But if you didn't do that process first and you just automatically want to come to the internet about it, that's like some attention seeking shit, and you already know that it's gonna stir up some stuff. Okay, you know how crazy these stands are. And if I was Kelis, because Kelis was all up in her comments at the Beehive, I honestly don't feel, I never liked it when people go over just because somebody is going against your fave or whatever. I never liked it when the stands go over into that person's comment section on their Instagram, on their whatever, their Twitter, and they're adding them and they're putting nasty comments or whatever. It's messed up. I don't like, why would you waste energy? Like, what is that proving? What exactly is that proving? That you're proving a point that what a lot of people who don't like a certain artist and their stance feel, that y'all crazy, that y'all do too much. Okay, like listen, I cracked a couple of jokes. I cracked a couple of jokes just because I thought the shit was funny, but I understood what was going on. But see, I'm not finna go in on Miss Girl because I understand the situation. I just like Beyonce, call a girl up so that she can be quiet off of you. But her real issue is with Pharrell, and because she was making, and then you know, Kelis sunk it a little bit deeper, talking about she got Satan on her side, talking about Beyonce, because then it switched from being off of Pharrell into being mostly on Beyonce being the issue. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't understand that, because the issue is with Pharrell. Pharrell fucked her over, according to her. And she said this time and time again. And so I understand her grievances, but sis, what does got to do with Beyonce? If she went through the proper channels to get that sample cleared, then she did it correctly. But in her defense, yeah, I can understand wanting somebody to reach out to me, especially if you using a song that I made popular. Now, at first they said it was Get Away With You. I just wanna get. I remember the song. But it wasn't that song. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. I can't remember the title. I just wanna get along with you. I think that's what it is. This is the saddest story. Y'all gotta stop playing, okay? But it comes to find out it was actually Milkshake. Now, when I first heard the song, I was trying to listen. After all of this mess that went down, I was trying to hear what the sample was, okay? And to this day, I couldn't hear it. Somebody put a clear version up today and compared and contrast, because, you know, Beyonce said, fuck all that shit. I'm just take the sample off. Mind you, I'm pretty sure it's no refund on these samples. So whoever got paid for this sample, they gonna keep that money. She just decided to take the sample off. Okay, so it is what it is. It just really was nothing to her, and she didn't say nothing about it. She just took the sample off. You happy? You know, that's how she fights shit. And I wish a lot of other artists was like that, because I don't like the back and forth between artists. I don't like putting artists against each other, and I don't like them handling their business in the social media frame like that, because it's like, damn, I like both of y'all. So please stop it. Please stop it, because I hate the division. I hate the division. But with Kelis, bitch, let me tell you something. They said that, you know, Beyonce probably didn't reach out to that bitch, because it's already been said that, you know, Kelis already been having issues or been saying shady shit about Beyonce throughout the years. I had no idea about that. So, I mean, it is what it is. This got mean-spirited real fast, and it was somebody that tweeted and said, I just don't understand how the people became so mean-spirited over Beyonce to come against Kelis. And I'm like, well, Kelis actually started it, you know, by bringing it to the internet and throwing it in as if Beyonce was truly the actual issue, when she really wasn't, and it was actually Pharrell and them, okay, who really fucked her over, you know, because at the end of the day, even if she got credited, she still wasn't getting paid for it, because she didn't own it. You know what I'm saying? And that's fucked up. That's fucked up because of the contract and because of the way that they did her. That's it, Pharrell and them. You know what I'm saying? So that's messed up, and I feel bad for her at that point. But I'm like, well, Kelis is the only one that's really coming at Beyonce, and the people are just clapping back because Beyonce ain't gonna do it. And I'm just sitting here like, Well, you can't be upset that, you know, these people are being so-called mean-spirited to her when she came out being mean-spirited to Beyonce, talking about some, you know, and don't put that shit up in my comments, that she got Satan on her side, because if you want to say that, then everybody in the industry got Satan on their side, including you. Okay? Whatever success you got Satan on your side, then, if that's what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Since y'all all up about that shit. Y'all know so much about that shit, which makes me wonder, like, why do you know so much about that? Okay. But I feel bad for Kelis too, because what I don't like about this whole situation is that people, and I'm pretty sure it's mostly like probably the young generation who don't know much about Kelis, they really trying to play Kelis like Kelis really wasn't that girl. Kelis had hits, okay? Because listen, I'm Bossy was my shit, and that album was everything, okay? Every goddamn thing to me. Because I'm Bossy. I'm the girl that... Come on now. Come on now. Outside of Milkshake, that's probably one of her most popular. But when she first came on the scene, she was different. She was, you know, it was something that just... I hate you so much. I hate you so... Bitch, that was my shit. I was like, hold on. I don't know if this really rhymes or if this really goes, but for some reason, it sounds good up in my ears. It's just different. You know, that whole... You know, that... She had her era, okay? And I'm mad that, you know, she did have to go through the shit that she had to go through. And it's very much unfortunate that that happened. Because like I said, she's not the only story that's out here that got stories to tell about labels and people that she thought was on her side fucking her over, you know, and taking what was supposed to be hers. You know, she wrote songs and she couldn't even get credits for it, okay? Somebody else's name getting put down as the songwriter when she the one that actually did it. I hate that for her. And I just feel like a lot of Kelis' anger is misdirected, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, again, a lot of it went towards Beyonce because her stance was coming for her. That's what I feel like. I honestly do. And I just feel like it should have been handled a little bit better. Like, you could have reached out to her company or whatever and asked how come she didn't reach out to me. And honestly, to be honest and to be clear, if you don't own it and if they already went through the proper channels, they really don't have to reach out to whoever was on the track that was singing it or whatever. It would have been courteous, but they didn't have to do that. But it would have been nice if she did. Just like when Robin S., you know, she found out that her song was being sampled on, and maybe it's an age difference or whatever, because Robin S. found out her song was sampled on Break My Soul. And instead of getting pissed off that she wasn't contacted immediately and told about it, you know, she showed appreciation and Beyonce did contact her. You know what I'm saying? Even though, bitch, you could have did that before. But I'm just saying, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I tell it like it is, bitch. Let me tell you something. Beyonce, you could have... And honestly, after finding out that, you know, Kelis has always been saying something, allegedly, that's what I've heard, that I can understand, bitch, I probably wouldn't contact your ass either. But still, Beyonce said, fuck all this shit, I'm gonna take the sample off. And people like, oh, Kelis, your bag got fumbled. She really wasn't getting nothing from it anyway, because, you know, it wasn't her song. I mean, it was her song, but, you know, she's not the master owner of it or whatever, so I don't know how that worked. It just really wasn't going to... It's not going to do anything to Kelis. And quit saying that Kelis is over, because Kelis is not over. Kelis is very much still going to be out here, and I really hope that throughout all of this, people actually went out and started streaming her shit so that she can get some more stuff. You know what I'm saying? She got a farm to take care of, and I know people trying to make excuses to be like, you know, her husband unfortunately passed away, you know, a few months ago. That's not it, okay? I get it. It's not a grieving thing. It's more so of a business thing and of a, you know, her artistry just getting fucked over. And I understand that. So stop making excuses about that and just call it what it is. It just should have been handled in a more professional manner, okay? Moving on from that, Diane Warner. Baby, again, Beyonce really does nothing to nobody. And from a lot of the things that I've heard from people who interacted with her, they say she's a really good person, okay? So it just mind-boggling. You can not like her music. You can say that she don't have a personality or whatever. Understandable. I get it, because she don't interact a lot with, us public people, regular folks. She's not on Twitter like that. Bitch, when I saw the tweet pop up on Twitter, I said, who the fuck is this? I thought it was a fan club. I said, huh? Since when was I following this person? But it was her. I said, oh, she don't interact like other artists. You know what I'm saying? And where in the guidebook does it say that, artists have to interact with their fans or whatever? It would be nice, but, she does it her way. She does it her way. And so when Diane Warren came out, mind you, Diane Warren wrote a song, and probably more songs, but wrote a song for real, that made it onto her album, I Was Here. Okay? And I just don't understand, why would she come out? You are this big legendary, and again, we have to respect the legends, but we also have to call them out when they do stuff. You can still call out people. They are not above being called out. Beyonce is not above being called out. Kelis is not above being called out. Pharrell. Diane Warren, okay? Mama, you are legendary in the game. We know your pen game and all of that stuff. She is a ballad queen. She wrote some bomb songs, or say some good songs, you know what I'm saying? And for her to come out and to tweet, why does a song need 24 writers on there? And the emojis was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really confused, as it's a shady emoji, right? And then she tried to say, oh, that's no shade, okay? I'm not trying to be shady, but then she tweets, and a tweet that got deleted, that I feel like, because it made it to the blogs, and some people in the blog comments was like, she really wasn't trying to be shady. It was a real question. No, she was being shady because it was another tweet that got deleted that she said, well, I only use 23 less writers, and that's me, okay? And then it was another shady ass emoji behind that. That tweet got deleted, okay? And I'm just sitting here like, what's the issue? If you got a whole bunch of samples on your album because of what you putting on your album and the way that you're trying to do it, of course you're going to try to credit them, because you don't want people to come at you and try to sue you because you use their stuff without their, the proper channels, and not giving them credit for it. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, that's why you put the shit on your album. And the Dream had to respond finally, because, of course, this opened up room for people that can't stand Beyonce, or who are always, questioning her songwriting abilities or whatever, to come in and say stuff as if they really know. But then the Dream, who actually worked on the album, came through and basically said what I just said. This is what we have to go through, especially, he gave the Black History version of it and all that stuff. And when I read his response, I didn't think he was being mean to her, okay? I didn't think he was being mean to her. He told her the truth, and he put it directly. You asked something that was very shady, and you knew that it was going to cause some fucking drama, and you knew it was going to cause some controversy, because that's why you did that shit. And that's why you made sure to say, I'm not trying to be shady. Anybody that say I'm not trying to be shady, they're trying to be shady. We know this, okay? And so when he responded to you, all of a sudden it's, oh, well, I didn't know that, and you didn't have to be so mean. I said, no, you didn't just turn into a Karen. She just turned her white woman on. I just said, wow. Now, Miss Diane, don't do that. You were so big and bad in your talk when you put the shit out there first, and now when you got corrected, all of a sudden it's, well, you don't have to be so mean. That man wasn't being mean to you. He said what needed to be said, okay? And people was in your comments being way worse to you than what the Dream said. He could have went harder. He could have called you a bitch. He could have did all of this other shit, but he didn't, because he still respect you, because he know what you do in the industry and what you are to the industry. That's what it is. And sometimes you can't just sugarcoat shit to bear people's feelings. And even then, he didn't. He just told you the goddamn truth. People are just, you can't throw rocks and hide your hands, okay? I just didn't understand what that was. And then you want to come back out and say, oh, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to Beyonce because I admire her. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just stand at what you say. I hate when people apologize for shit that they meant. Because if you didn't mean it, you wouldn't have said it. You meant it. Meanwhile, speaking of Beyonce, she had to change the lyric in one of her songs, Heated. They called her ableist. I said the same for the same reason that they did for Lizzo, and it's the same word. Now, on the one hand, after seeing the controversy with Lizzo, I don't understand why because I'm pretty sure this was already recorded, I don't understand why her team did not go back and check on it or think to check on it or whatever and just go ahead and change the word right then and there before it was put out. But at the same time, it's like, now I see how, and I hate to say this because I don't know how it's going to sound. Now I see how it feels when it comes to LGBT people and people that are not in the community and who really don't understand, be like, y'all too damn sensitive. Okay, that's how I feel about this, because the word that was used for Lizzo case and for Beyonce case, same word. I honestly did not know that was an ableist term. I honestly been hearing that for all my life. I've heard it in plenty records. I've heard it in rap records especially. And never has anybody ever, to my knowledge, before they called out Lizzo, said anything and tried to get anybody to change their lyrics for saying that. But all of a sudden, when it came to Lizzo, they wanted her to change it, and because she's ableist, okay, coming off as ableist with that term. And now Beyonce, granted, I'm glad that they went on ahead and did it just so that they can shut up or whatever, because technically if a whole group of people was telling you that it's wrong, just go ahead and change it. It's the right thing to do. But at the same time, why are we just singling these women out, these black women out? I mean, I ain't gonna say it has anything to do with race, but a lot of people is looking at it like that. But at the same time, are you going to go back and you're going to call out everybody else who used that word? Because in our culture, African American culture over here in the U.S., that word has been used, but not in that way. But I understand. So I'm glad that they went on ahead and just go ahead and change the shit or whatever, so that people can, still vibe to their record or whatever. And that shows respect. And I know people like, oh, well, I wouldn't have changed shit. I wouldn't have changed shit. But at the end of the day, you still want to respect people. Because if you tell somebody that you offended them, they offended you, you will want them to change their behavior, right? It's all about respect. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And the whole, listen, speaking of, y'all, Demi Lovato. I don't want to say that the girl is confused, but I didn't know that you can interchange pronouns like that. Like, mama, and I don't want to sound rude, and I literally said this in one of the comments. It's just like, people already these days have an issue with trying to respect people who change their pronouns and who feel as if they're not what they were born as or whatever, or the gender that they was assigned at birth. It's just really weird. It's just, because I did not know this was a thing, that you can just go back and forth between pronouns like that all willy-nilly. I honestly did, and I'm in the community. And to be honest, I'm in the community, and I'm from the era where we didn't have all these different type of pronouns, okay? It was he, she, her, him. That's what we had. And if you felt like you was a he or her, a he, he, him, that's what you were. If you felt like you was a she, her, that's what you were. And you could flip that. But them, they, their, and some other ones that came out, we never had those. So I understand the confusion, and I understand the, oh my God, why y'all just won't do this, and why don't you just keep it this and all this stuff. I understand that when people have an issue with it. But at the same time, you also need to just show respect. If a person say, don't call me this, don't call me this. Call me by this, you just call them by that. Because you wouldn't want nobody to, call you something that you don't want to be called. Okay, because that's a sign of disrespect. It's take nothing to respect somebody. Even if you don't understand, but you want to show them respect. Just do what you got to do to respect them. You know what I'm saying? But Demi Lovato, I really think, no shade, I just think something going on with her. Like, I don't know. And I don't want to touch it no more. I don't want to touch it. And Miss Kaya. T.S. Madison was put on Renaissance, on Cozy, okay? And that is why Kaya is saying the things that she is saying about Beyonce. All of a sudden she's a Satan worshiper. She's doing all of this stuff or whatever. Oh my God, my girl is literally back in her Illuminati days. Because y'all remember back in the day, bitch. Back in the day, baby, they had videos upon videos upon videos on YouTube about that. Okay, just about every other artist, every black successful artist that was in the industry that had real goddamn success was in the Illuminati, allegedly. Okay, I mean, they had videos upon videos. People was like, look at when they do this and look at when they did this, and you see this symbol and then you turn it upside down. It's the devil behind them. Girl, it was a baby. We had a time back in the day. I said, you know, people really put too much thought up in shit. And it's like, why do you know so much about this? Are you studying this? Like, who decides to want to study shit like that? It's just so funny to me. But most likely the reason why she's doing all of this and saying so much hard shit about Beyonce is because Beyonce put T.S. Madison on her song. And that's all I can say. And I'm just sitting here like, that's why T.S. Madison is where she's at and Kaya is where she's at. And it's not about selling souls or whatever that you want to say. It's about moving forward and letting shit go and then going into your path, going into your lane, going into your future and manifesting and just going ahead and getting it done instead of sitting there holding on to stuff and being evil and letting that shit just fester in your spirit. It's hindering you and stunting your growth. Okay? Okay. You know? And Miss Monica Lewinsky, go away, girl. Go away, girl. You will not come back. Girl, when... And I'm sorry to y'all who don't want to hear this whole rant, but this is basically all that was going on for Miss for the past few days. And it's tiring. I get it. But I have to talk about it because honestly I didn't really want to talk about it. Miss Monica Lewinsky, 2014 was when the Beyonce self-titled album came out. How many years ago was that? It's 2020. Because my brain ain't functioning right now. And I don't need y'all to get up here. That was 8 years ago. That was 8 years ago. And you are coming back out and jumping on bandwagons. Talking about some, well, while you at it, change my name out of partition. No, bitch. You should have said it then, okay? You should have said it then because she honestly had no problem. And there you go. When you say you can fix stuff and y'all be acting like y'all can't, Beyonce went up in there and she fixed that shit real quick, okay? She ain't let it sit for a whole week. She ain't let that shit sit for a whole day or whatever. I mean, for a whole month. She went back and just fixed it right away. So all the problems can be solved. Monica, go the fuck away, okay? Go the fuck away. Now, see, let me tell you something. I seen impeachment. You know, when they was talking about your story or whatever on FX. If y'all haven't looked at it, I think it was called American Crime Story Impeachment. Them series on FX, real good. They did one on OJ, I think. Did they do it on OJ? Yeah, they did on OJ because Cuba Gooding Jr. was playing OJ. Real good. I suggest y'all go watch it if y'all need something to watch before the regular TV schedule come back. But Miss Girl, I felt real bad for you, and honestly, I felt bad for you when I heard the whole story. But at this particular moment, you just piggybacking about everything, okay? You piggybacking off of other people's shit, and I need you to just calm the fuck down. Because if you truly had an issue and you truly wanted that shit to change, I feel like you liked it. Because if you wanted it to change, you could have had it change. You could have reached out to Miss Girl and she would have did that shit 8 years ago. Okay? Moving on from that. Let's get on to something else. Bitch, Irv fucking Gotti. Because when we on this verge in this train of people who got the goddamn nerves and all the fucking audacity in the world, okay? Irv Gotti. Now, if y'all don't know, BET has been doing this little docu-series on like the different record labels and hip hop groups that's been in the industry, okay? And so they've already did they do Death Row? I think they did Death Row. They did Cash Money. Or did they do Cash Money? Nah, No Limit. They did No Limit, okay? They did the Rough Riders, okay? And it'd be like 5-part series, okay? And I freaking love BET for doing shit like this because I told y'all before, I love a good documentary or a docu-series. I just love it, especially on music, on history and all that shit. I just love shit like that. And so this is probably one of the better programs that BET has put on. You know, just a regular program, and it'd be for 5 nights, okay? And each episode really be good. They go all out, get the real people, and they just give you so much information, some stuff that you probably knew, and then a lot of stuff that you didn't, okay? So coming on the 9th, which I believe is next week, BET is bringing back another one with the Murder Inc. story, okay? Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, Ashanti, all the people that was on that Vita. Who else? It was somebody else that was on the label too, but they finna do their story, okay? I love me some Ja Rule back in the day too, so that's why I'm definitely watching. And I do like Ashanti, so I'm gonna watch it for that. And damn show after this shit, because Irv Gotti went on Drink Champs, and that man literally set his ass there. And I don't want nobody to say, oh, it was the alcohol, he was drunk, he was high. Fuck that, because no. Because if you go back and you remember the reality show, I don't know if it was a reality show that he had or whatever, him and his wife was on the show, and the way that he disrespected the fuck out of her, I don't know if she was still his wife at the time or if they was just separated or divorced at that time when they had the show. But baby, he was mad disrespectful to her, okay? And I just could not put up with the shit. I just could not put up with the shit. He did not have any ounce of... I don't want to say hate. I dislike people like him, especially men who really feel like they can do and treat people any way that they want to, and it's supposed to be okay, and the people around them supposed to take it, especially when it comes to relationships with their spouse or whoever they're in, okay? I'm the man, and I can go fuck around and do this with this person. You ain't supposed to say nothing. You supposed to just let me do it. This motherfucker got on Drink Champs and goddamn recounted a story, okay, about how he found out that Ashanti and Nelly was together. What is the big deal about this? Because it's been rumors going on, and I don't think Ashanti has neither confirmed nor denied anything. I think she just paid the shit dust, which I most likely would have did too. But at this point, it was rumors going around saying that Ashanti and Irv was having an affair, whatever. And honestly, I just, I could see honestly him trying to pressure her. You know what I'm saying? And I want to believe that Ashanti didn't give in. I want to believe that it was just all up in his mind that he had a thing for her. And he, as he said, the girl that he was in love with, mind you, during that whole time, Irv Gotti was married. A married fucking man. Not separated, not divorced, very much married. Because him and his wife, I believe, was still together a little bit after all of this shit came out, too. When Ashanti and Nelly was together. It took a minute before they got divorced or whatever. I said, oh, my God. This motherfucker said, so you remember how I got there? Listen, because I'm over it now. I said, bitch, you ain't no near over. Now, he's always just been so extra when he's talking, just too much and aggressive. I don't know if that's a New York thing or whatever, but it's just a little bit too much for me, and that kind of always turned me off from him, for me. You know what I'm saying? But he sat there with his whole chest and his whole heart. He said, you know how I found out? I mean, if you want to be with him, that's cool. Go ahead, do what you got to do. But you know how I found out that they was together? I'm sitting at home because I had this NBA package, because, I like the NBA or whatever, with his veneers all up in his mouth. I said, take that mouth guard out your mouth, okay? Please, just pop him out. But he was like, so I was just sitting there, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm looking at the game. It was like this big old commotion or whatever, and they trying to find out what the commotion is. Oh, guys, we found out what the commotion is. Nelly has come in with his girlfriend, Ashanti, and they're sitting front row. And he was like, I was just so disgusted. Like, damn. You come in with the girl that I love? I said, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Where Deb at, bitch? Oh, my God. You literally with your, the disrespect. Like, you really didn't care about your wife at all to even be sitting here saying this shit. Or your wife at the time. The mother of your children. And how do you think your children feel listening and hearing this, and how you disrespect the hell out their mother? I said, the audacity. And it's a whole bunch of people that's like that. It's a whole bunch of people out here that's like that. So it is what it is. Is that a New York thing? I ain't gonna say it's a New York thing, because like I said, niggas out here, he literally got pissed. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna put that shit up in the docuseries, and I have to watch it. I have to watch it just for that. Because, wow, niggas. Nigga, he black, right? Niggas, okay? You just can't never tell with light skins. I'm just... Anyway, moving on from that, Drake brought out Keisha Shantae to one of his concerts out there in Toronto, and he said that was his first girlfriend. Now, the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because if y'all don't remember Keisha Shantae actually, like, you know, she had this aesthetic that people used to say, oh my God, she looked just like Aaliyah. She looked just like Aaliyah. And for a second, she really did. You know what I'm saying? She really did. Like, she was dressed up like her, whatever, especially when she dressed down and, you know, put her little urban wear on, as they want to call it. You know, she really did she danced, she sang and everything, and she could have played Aaliyah in the Aaliyah movie. And people thought that actually, she was one of the names that kept on being tossed around when we heard that it was going to be an Aaliyah movie on Lifetime. Put her in there. All right. She was one point, I guess, the host of 106 and Park. And, you know, the only reason why I brought this up because when I remember talking about Drake and his album or whatever, you know, I literally said that he want to be Aaliyah. He has an obsession with Aaliyah to the point that he got with Aaliyah looking like. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna move on from it because Keisha ain't doing shit to me. And come to find out, Keisha, that was Kiki from Kiki Do You Love Me, okay? I said, oh, that was cute. That was cute. Moving on from that, this Nicki Minaj story. Nicki Minaj finally released a trailer for her docuseries that's supposed to be coming out. I don't know which network it's coming out on. The last time I heard it was supposed to be HBO Max, but now I'm hearing HBO Max done laid off like 70% of its goddamn workforce. What the hell is going on? Y'all finna go defunct? Okay, rap shit just came on now. Okay, we can't let that shit go. Like, come on. You know, if y'all ain't been watching it, y'all need to watch it. New episode comes on tomorrow. Okay? So that was going on, right? I was like, cool, because I've been waiting for this docuseries, you know, ever since it was first mentioned, like, probably last year or whatever. And I'm like, damn, where is that? Okay, Nikki, where the fuck the album at too, bitch? Anyway, girl, I said that real kind of mad. Because for real, I'm tired. What y'all doing? I know y'all got kids or whatever, but y'all got booths up in y'all house. Y'all got people to watch them kids. Get in that booth and start rapping and singing. God damn. But anyway, and stop playing. So at this moment, and that's to everybody. I just threw that bullet at everybody, okay? If it hit you, it hit you. I'm talking to you, okay? But all of a sudden, you know, I didn't hear about this, but it just popped up on my timeline because somebody said it is so crazy how nobody is really talking about the story about the fact that Nicki's ex assistant is spilling all her tea and everything. And I was like, what? I paid it no mind. Because I wasn't finna go search. If nobody's talking about it, 9 in the 10s, the shit ain't really credible. Okay? I didn't hear it on the blogs. No blogs was, you know, writing up about it or whatever. And we know if it don't get on certain blogs, it's like, what's the point of being talked about? Because obviously it's not really, even though that really don't mean nothing. But I mean, no blogs was talking about it. Okay? So, even the ones that probably hate Nicki, they probably, well, you would have thought that they would have ran that to just be like, ha, 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 this is what we told y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't even it. Next thing you know, I saw it probably the day later when it was on Twitter. Somebody had put all of the screenshots. So it was this so-called assistant, this white woman. And when I have to say white woman because when you look at her picture, as soon as I saw the picture, I knew it was fake. So I just went on ahead and read the shit to try to see what was going on. But I'm looking at her picture and I'm like, first of all, this lady looks like she works either for herself or she works in corporate America somehow, some way, doing some business shit or whatever. She does not look like she's anybody's assistant, okay? She look like she has assistants, you know? And so, also I said, she don't even look like the type of assistant that I kind of pictured a Nicki Minaj would have. You know what I'm saying? And then I said, when I go through the screenshots, because they had made a whole fake Instagram account and they started putting up all this so-called tea and all this so-called Nicki business, which was false as fuck. They started putting it all up in there, you know, and trying to make it seem like this is what was going on and this person don't like this person, she don't like that person, you know. I was just like, okay, so I'm looking at, like, it probably got to like the second screenshot and I'm listening, I'm reading it, and regular words are being misspelled. Ever since that second screenshot, the second slide, words are being misspelled. And I'm like, The lady just don't look like she probably would do some shit like that, and she don't even look like she'll probably say stuff like that the way that she was the things was being written. She don't know how to talk like that. Okay, she don't know that slang like that. So I just knew that it had to be somebody black that was behind it. Okay, it was somebody black or whatever behind it. It wasn't no white lady. It wasn't no older white lady doing no shit like that, because she don't even look like she'll do some shit like that in that picture. Mama look like she'll take that shit to court in a minute, okay, before she take it to the internet. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, let me just read this shit to see the dumb stick. And if you didn't know that it was fake, when it got to the thing about Nicki owing $173 million to the IRS, I said, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Now, I ain't no Nicki stan, okay? I'm a fan of hers, but bitch, come on. Come on. Who in this day and age, baby, that's your whole fortune. How are you holding, what, you ain't never paid taxes on none of your earnings? Now, we done seen some people go to jail for tax evasion or whatever. Bitch, if the thing was that much, they would have been got her ass, okay? I said, 173 million? How was that even possible? I seen a couple of million. I seen 5 million. 173 million? She a billionaire up in this bitch? What's going on? I said, come on, y'all got to do better than that. Y'all got to do better than that, okay? And again, it was just like, who speaks like this? Okay? Who speaks like this? You know, and people was falling for it. And I don't even think people really was falling for it. Yeah, it was just really dumb. And again, I don't care if you don't like a person or whatever. My whole thing is, why I just don't get the understanding behind hate and putting up fake profiles for people, and putting out false information just because you can't stand somebody, especially somebody that you really don't know. No, not really don't know. Somebody that you don't know, okay? Somebody you don't know who do not know you. I just don't understand that. Like, the whole stand mentality is just crazy. Now, in my whole thing, like with Beyonce or whatever, do you think I'm finna go around and... I love me some Beyonce, and y'all know that. Y'all saw me just go off in the beginning, but I can hold people accountable, okay? And that's what some of these fans really do not understand and don't know how to do, okay? But what you're not going to see me doing, and you never really seen me doing at my big age or my young age, you are not going to see me going from this person going off for everybody's stuff that don't like her, whatever, who got something negative to say. Bitch, it is what it is. I put out my opinion, and I make sure to say, this is how I feel, and I honestly don't care how you feel. I'm just putting out how I feel. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just that I really don't care because I really didn't ask. But if you don't feel it, that's fine. That is your opinion. Just keep it to yourself because I didn't ask. You know what I'm saying? But if you're being rude with it, that's the only time I'm going to get upset, because you're just being rude to me for no reason. But other than that, who cares? Why are y'all putting so much energy to go hate a person that you don't know, who did not do anything to you personally? I will never understand it. I will never understand it. And you want to know something else that I won't understand? This whole, I don't even talk about them like this on my channel. I think I don't even talk about them really. But this whole situation with Blueface and Krishan Rock, it's not funny. It's not funny. People, I seen people saying, oh, couple goals and you got to go through shit with a person to see if you really love them. No, I seen that tweet early and I said, oh, hell no, okay? This whole situation with her and him just should not be. They're both equally obsessed with each other, because at first I thought it was just her. But now I'm realizing they're both obsessed with each other, and they're both very fucking toxic, and this will not end well. It is not funny at all, okay? It is not funny at all. In the most recent thing, and I'm so tired of the blogs putting them, and I feel like it's only ramping up because they know that it's going to get on the blogs, okay? And I'm just tired of the shade room and mostly the neighborhood talk, because the neighborhood talk, it's like they got their own camera person out there following their every move, okay? I don't know if they're getting paid to put them up there, but baby, I wish they would just stop so that we won't have to see the shit, and the shit can fucking die down probably. Because at this point, or maybe it is a good thing, because if something happened, we know who did it. We know who did it. Because y'all done filmed it all and put it out there. And we got proof. Maybe. I don't know if that's what's going on. But the latest incident with them, they get into a fight, I think, on Hollywood Boulevard. And he hitting her, she hitting him, and all this stuff. And it's just ridiculous, okay? And then he trying to offer her $100,000 to leave and all this stuff. And she's saying she'd never leave or whatever. Ain't no amount of money that'd make her leave. Mind you, she's young. And I believe he's young too, but she's young, okay? And It's scary. It's scary. You know, it's too much. It's too much. And you be like, oh, these people need to get help. These people need to get help. And you can say that all that you want to, but they ain't gonna take it. And that's the messed up part about it. A situation like this can go way worse. It's only escalating. It's only escalating. And I just pray for better. Okay, but I'm tired of seeing them. And what we need to pray for, truly, for real, is the situation that's going on with this Miss Pox. Okay, baby, go ahead and shut us down. Go ahead and shut us down, because I am tired. I am tired. Please stop showing the pictures. I don't need to see no more videos. I can read what the stuff should look like. I don't need to see it. But baby, it's too many states out here declaring a state of emergency. My state, my governor just did that. California did it. New York damn sure did it. Bitch, it's just everywhere right about now. And more people paying attention to it because they don't want to be scarred. They don't want their looks to be fucked up with or whatever than they did with Miss Girl. So that's kind of fucked up, but hey, it is what it is. Then you got polio. Then you got something else that was out, diphtheria or some shit like that. I said, what are these middle-aged goddamn diseases coming back? What the hell is going on, y'all? Like, the world is reversing. History is repeating itself. And I don't know what the message is, but baby, I feel like we just need to get right with ourselves. We just need to get right with ourselves, and we need to protect ourselves as much as possible, okay? Like, do what you gotta do. Like, bitch, don't touch me. Bitch, don't touch me. Baby, I was at work today. Yesterday, actually, because today I'm at work. I'm home. Because what time is it? Oh, they're about to get off in an hour anyway. I was at home, okay? At work yesterday, and my coworker, the hotel nigga, he was talking and everything, and we were talking about some TV shows. You know, he'll randomly start talking about TV shows and shit with me, because other than that, I ain't got shit to say to these people, okay? To be quite honest. He started talking, right? Man, he tall as shit, so I'm looking up at him. And the only thing listen, we both got locks, and while both of us, you know, before I took my hair down earlier, both our shit was matted as fuck. You know, when it's time to get your shit retwisted and done and washed again, you just say, fuck putting the scarf on. You just go to sleep straight, and whatever happens, happens. And that's the joy with locks, because they supposed to look like this. You know what I'm saying? So you can get away with it. Because, baby, if I had my ponytails and my braids, baby, I really would be pissed off. If my shit got fuzzy or whatever, I'd be pissed off. You know, sometimes I get pissed off now, but you know what I'm saying? I can rock with this. They look good. But he was talking, and I just noticed that he had something. I said, what is that? Is that in his teeth? Or what? Baby, it was something on his lip right here. And inside, I said, excuse me? The whole time in my mind, I felt and I didn't realize it, but I just felt my body moving over a little bit, because he wasn't really by me, but I felt my body just moving over a little bit like this or whatever. Girl, I ain't got time to be trying to catch nothing. I got an open wound on me too. Girl, ain't nobody got time for that shit. But I think it was a canker sore or something like that. That's what I think, because, you know, he wouldn't just be... But, baby, it's just making paranoia. It's just making paranoia. Y'all just be fucking safe and careful as much as possible out here. I done heard about some kids that got it, and, you know, it's more dangerous for the children. Okay, it's deadly for the kids. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm so scared. Mystikal. What the hell? Honestly, I feel like Mystikal did that shit the first time, okay? I feel like Mystikal did that shit the first time when he was accused and put in jail or whatever, and had the trial for the R word, you know, sexually assaulting, forcing himself on some women or whatever. And now he done got his ass out. Baby, they done gave him a song on TV1, and now your ass done got arrested again for the same damn thing, but with somebody else, okay? They said, and mind you, he is 52 years old. He was arrested Sunday and booked on several charges, including first degree and then false imprisonment. He was also being held without bond. A bond hearing is scheduled for Tuesday. The arrest warrant detailed the violent assault, which happened on Saturday and involved an acquaintance who was visiting his home. They said that he accused the woman of stealing $100 from him. So he began to punch her, choke her, pull her braids out, and took her car keys and her phone to prevent her from leaving. And it was at that point that he had asked the woman if he could feel her. I said, what? Feel her. You feel me, baby? No, feel her. That ain't right. She refused. The victim was then pushed onto the bed and forcibly. And I said, what? After the assault, he said Tyler again demanded that the victim give him back his money. I said, over $100? Granted, don't steal from me, but bitch, I'm not finna fuck you up like that, okay? Well, I'm finna sexually assault your ass. You gonna give me my money, but I probably... Let me stop, because, you know, some of us probably will slap a bitch if they steal from us, like, some money. But forcibly put yourself in somebody, that's just wrong, okay? Told her to give it to him through Cash App or whatever. And while she was trying to set up the payment, he took her phone back into the amount of $150. So I owe you $100 and you gonna charge interest. That's fucked up. But then again, I kind of understand it, because what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna steal from me, and that's the consequence for stealing from me. But that, sir, this is not good. This is not good. Okay. He got domestic battery because he strangled the girl, choking. You know, simple assault, simple criminal damage to property, simple robbery, false imprisonment, first degree rape. Baby, if he get that first degree rape, baby, he gonna go to jail. And at this point, just lock him up, because it's been too many instances against him. Just lock him up, okay? Somebody said we should have known something was going on when he started that song off. I walked through with the dick in my hand. I said, what? You just don't think about and put two and two things together until you get older. And you be like, what is this that we're listening to? Well, Mystikal, and people kept on saying, oh, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. Oh, that nigga did it. Because why you keep on getting charged with the same thing? Obviously, you have a goddamn problem. You too fucking old for this shit. Even, and let me just tell you something. When I say too fucking old, meaning that you know better. If I've been in this situation before, why would I continue to put myself in another situation just like it? Oh, I just can't. Will Smith made a public video apology to Chris Rock. Understandable, but honestly, I wouldn't have did it. Only reason why I say I wouldn't have did it, because I said what I had to say. Most likely, I feel like the apology wasn't really for Chris Rock. It was more so for the public, so that public people can know that, you know, he was sympathetic or whatever, and he thought about it and he knew what he did was wrong. I would have just let that go for right now. I know people probably would think different, but I 9 out of 10 would have let it go, because Chris Rock probably don't even care for the apology. You know, and it's just so crazy how people, because I just seen the clip of George Wallace, the comedian George Wallace, who said, you know, Will Smith used to be one of his favorite actors until the slap happened, and now it's like, fuck the Smith family, fuck them weird ass kids and anybody that's named Smith. And my whole thing is, when it comes to shit like that, if a simple thing like that, and yeah, it was messed up. It was messed up that it happened, because it's you should be able to hold back your anger and whatever. It just shouldn't have happened. But at the same time, it's not like he stabbed that man. It's not like he shot that man. It's not like that man is dead. Okay? It's not like that man is disfigured. It's not like that man can't work no more. Okay? And that's how people are acting, to say that, oh, I lost respect, or oh, fuck him and fuck that, as if he did it to you. As if and don't say that, oh, when he slapped him, he slapped me too. No, he didn't. He slapped that man. For whatever reason, he slapped that man, okay? And for you to say, oh, I lost respect and it's fuck him and fuck that, I feel as though people who instantly went there so quick, you already felt the way about the Smiths, and you was just waiting for a reason to say, yeah, I'm done with them hoes, to really make your true feelings come out, because I just don't understand how you change so quickly. Baby, I just would never do that. I am not that type, maybe because I'm not that type of person, and that's why I look at it that way, because, and I was looking at, and no shade to them, I was looking at the Scorpion video, and Mikhail was saying how, you know, you wouldn't go up to your boss and slap your boss or whatever. Why use that as an example? Because no one will go up to their boss and slap them if they don't want their job anymore, just because they're not getting it, whatever. But if we being real, we out here with regular folks and we just chilling or whatever, there are many incidents where people have gone up and slapped people and just went about their day. It ain't nothing happened. So I'm just really confused why that particular thing was used as an example, but I get it. You just can't go around slapping people without thinking nothing will happen, but don't put it in no work setting because that's not even realistic. People ain't finna go up there and, slapping their bosses and shit or whatever just because shit ain't happening and thinking they gonna get away with it. They know once they slap that bitch, they gonna get arrested, okay? They gonna go to jail and all that shit. But if we just chilling outside or, we walking down the street or we get into it with somebody or whatever, somebody say some shit, yeah, we gonna slap a bitch. It happens, and we seen it. Especially motherfuckers that be out here putting up these videos or whatever. We see it all the damn times, okay? It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. And when I say natural, it's a natural emotion to get pissed off, okay? Sometimes we go overboard, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we have a slip up because we are not human. We're not perfect. We are not human. We are not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But for me to be like, oh, because you slapped this actor or this rich actor who don't know me, and I don't even know you, all of a sudden I'm gonna lose respect for you. Fuck all that. My feelings about the Smiths ain't changed, okay? I still like them. They weird as shit. I give George Wallace, they weird as shit. But I still like them. And when Bad Boys come out, I'm going to see it, okay? That other film come out, I'm going to see it. Fuck all that. You did not lose my respect. I was like, damn, you ain't have to do that. But respect? God, y'all doing too fucking much. Who the fuck are you to get? How he gotta earn your respect? He don't even fucking know you. And that's for any of these people. Like, they don't know you. Y'all just do too much. Anyway, Deshaun Watson from the Cleveland Browns, he the one that was out here sexually assaulting these masseuse people that was giving him massages and stuff. And I think it was like over 24 women that came through. And so instead of just, suspending him or firing him from the NBA, not the NBA, but the NFL, they gave him a 6 game day suspension. And my whole thing is, that's it? Really? See, they need to have stricter freaking policies and stricter freaking heavier consequences for domestic violence, sexual assault, battery, all of that stuff in all of these goddamn games. Because 6 games, oh, and I know they only play on Sunday. They only play on Sunday, right? Or do they play Sunday and Monday? Either fucking way, it still ain't enough. It still ain't enough. He getting off scotch-free if you ask me. Congratulations to Angelina Jolie's daughter, Zahara. She's going to Spelman this year. Okay, y'all saw the video of her, Angelina trying to dance, or they was trying to make her dance the electric slide, and she said, but she did try, but she knew that she couldn't, so she's just, y'all can have that. That was cute. Y'all know Angelina is my favorite white actress. I will forever love her. Anyway, rest in peace also to Nichelle Nichols. She was the originator of the role Uhura on Star Trek, the original Star Trek. Unfortunately, she passed away. She was I think 89 years old or whatever. She was the first black female leads on TV. You know what I'm saying? And it was so messed up. I think one of the things that was going on in her last years of her life, they was dealing with the fact of conservatorship, or some people was trying to take over her stuff and trying to use her stuff or whatever, take advantage, and that's fucked up if that was going on. But may she rest in peace. And also rest in peace to Bill Russell. He died at 88 years old. They died on the same day, I believe. NBA legend. So, we losing a lot of our greats. It's unfortunate, but that's life. Another thing, Neo and Crystal. Let me just say this, because I don't even feel like going too much into it. But Crystal, his wife, who they just got remarried to, she put out a Instagram post just basically saying, for 8 years, I put up with your shit. I put up with your lying. I put up with your cheating. I put up with your ass going out having unprotected sex with people and all that shit. And now I'm done. I'm really, really done. Girl, I don't know if we really feel sympathy for you because you knew what was going on. And that's the thing. I want to feel 100% sympathy, okay? We saw what happened with him and Moneta, okay? Moneta or whatever. And then they got past their issues. Didn't he cheat on Monyetta with her? And then they got married. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, okay? All of that shit. And then y'all had y'all issue back in like what? They called it quits in 2020. They said they was gonna get divorced, but then they got remarried, or they, rededicated themselves to each other like in April. And now you want to come out, and I mean, it was this big thing. It was this big thing. They was in all red and shit or whatever in Vegas, and now you want to come out and say that you done. You should have stayed done when you said that in 2020. The way you get him is the way that you lose him. You know what I'm saying? You knew how he was, and I don't want to put it all on her, but sometimes history precedes itself and shows up. And you just gotta listen to it sometimes, okay? Yeah, I do feel like people do deserve a second chance, but if they keep on fucking up, I am not about to be covering up for your shit. I am not about to be, for the sake of a fucking image, I am not about to be putting out here that we all good, but inside and behind closed doors, I am hurting because my spouse won't do right and won't do right by me. I'm just not gonna do that shit. And then you're liking the post and then want to say we need our privacy or whatever. Girl, shut up. Shut up. And I don't mean to call him no girl. I'm just saying in general. Just shut up. Okay? Like, you know what you did. You did that shit. At least she wisened up now, girl. I don't know if y'all watched that Showtime show, The First Ladies. I spoke about it. You know, they had Viola Davis on there playing Michelle Obama. And everybody was just talking and distracted. The only thing that was being said really was about Viola Davis and the way that she was playing Michelle Obama, and the way that she was doing her mouth and over-exaggerating the expressions in her mouth and everything. Yeah, they canceled that. Viola wasn't going to be back because I believe that what was probably going to happen, it was going to be an anthology, right? So this made room for them to talk about different first ladies within the period of the United States, you know what I'm saying, time period of the United States. Beyond this one, they had Eleanor Roosevelt, they had Betty Ford, and they also had Michelle Obama. They could have did some more, but I don't know what it was that turned people off, and they just said, yeah, just don't bring it back. But I'm honestly not surprised. It was good though, but I'm not surprised by this news. Did y'all watch it? Y'all should watch it. If you can get past the, I say probably like in the third episode, she softens up. Okay, she gets a little bit more normal looking, you know. Shakira might be going to jail for tax evasion. Okay, they said that girl owe 17.5. No, it says international star Shakira has been involved in an ongoing tax fraud case for years. And while the Spanish government has been on her neck, she is not trying to, pay the coins. After more than 5 years of an investigation into her finances, a Spanish prosecutor is asking that she be sentenced to 8 years in prison for allegedly failing to pay her taxes from 2011 to 2014. She been fighting the case, claiming that she did not live in Spain during that time period. Prosecutors are asking for an 8-year prison sentence and a fine of $23.5 million. The legal documents state that Shakira was a resident in Spain between 2012 and 2014 and purchased a family home in Barcelona in May 2012. She claims that she paid 17.2 euros, which is $17.5 million, that the Spanish government claims that she owed back in 2018. She is fully confident of her end. Listen, if you bought the home, you have to pay the taxes. So this is like not work taxes, but this is like property taxes? That's what I always wonder. Like, so if these people that buy homes in different countries, even though you're not living in them, you have to pay the taxes, right? So even if you don't live there, you still have to pay the taxes, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, because that's what I'm hearing. She claimed that she wasn't living there, but you still own the home. So you still have to, in the property, so you still have to pay the property taxes, right? Girl, y'all need to get y'all shit together, okay? Get that shit together. And I don't understand why they thought it was cool to put a freaking slave cabin as a Airbnb on fucking TikTok. I mean, not on TikTok, but on Airbnb. You know, somebody did a TikTok about it, and they got that shit shut down because it was too many white people going up in there, and they was basically saying, oh, this is beautiful. Because, I mean, they changed the inside and everything. First of all, that's history. And you going to try to make money off of history. Bitch, of course, the people that did it were white. They just like to make money off of our pain. It just don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Something like that should be reserved, not having people, you know, come in and girl, that's just dumb. Why would you want to do some shit like that? It's like, I don't understand people who like to get married on plantations or to have events on plantations. I would feel, and I know how some of y'all will feel, I mean, y'all are about the spirituality and Christianity and, you know, the spirits and shit, but for some reason, I just feel like I would just feel completely uneasy knowing that this is the land that a lot of my ancestors or other people's ancestors slaved and died on. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like them spirits are still there, and I don't want to play with them by being there. You know, I know it's just land to some people, but bitch, that's history, and that's just a fucked up part of history that we want to try to forget. But y'all gonna go over there and want to fucking have a wedding on there. That's, ooh, that's some twisted shit, bitch. Anyway, let me see if it's some other stuff that's going on. You know what? Shout out to the Ooh Ladies First panel, because I think they finna have Monique on they you know, ooh, excuse me. They're about to have Monique Samuels on their interview her. You know, Love and Marriage DC just went off. I honestly feel like she got out scot-free with that reunion. Nobody really held her ass accountable. You know, so I'm going to sit in and I'm going to watch it. You know what I'm saying? See what she going to give. And the Old Ladies First, that's Jamie and me, Bondi Blue, and Niecy Dixon. You know, they did, the last interview they did was with Winter, and it was really good. You know what I'm saying? I do like when they do their interviews. Let me see if there's something else before I close out, because, you know, I got to give y'all the shit. Iman got arrested because he had some weed up in his goddamn backpack. Y'all gotta stop. After the shit that's going on with Brittany Griner, y'all just go buy the weed when you get to the country, to the place that you at, okay? I know some places weed is legal, but come on, we gotta be more careful. Iman, this is not your character on The Shy, okay? You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Now, Tiana, go get him. Tiana, go get him. Kelis really was trolling. Did y'all see the video? Let me go back. Kelis had put up a video, and she had Break My Soul playing in the back. I don't give a fuck. That shit made me fucking laugh. Kelis better than me, because I wouldn't have responded to none of y'all shit that y'all was saying. Okay, I would have let these jokes fly, but I wouldn't have responded to shit, because bitch, you not finna get to me. Girl, y'all don't know the situation. Y'all just fans, okay? But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. Wendy Williams said that she married. I'm not gonna believe anything that Wendy Williams say at this point, because I seen the video, and I just want y'all to leave that lady alone. That lady is not well, obviously, and I just want y'all to leave her alone, okay? But anyway, let me get off of here. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about all of this stuff. If I missed some things that you wanted me to talk about, put it down in the comments, and I'll try to get to it next week. And if it's some good stuff, I'll probably put up an extra video. Don't hold me to it. I said probably, okay? Because I got a few videos to put up tomorrow. But, oh, my foot is screaming. I got to put it up. You guys tell me how y'all feel, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.